Most gardeners quietly accept chronic inflammation as a normal part of growing food, and that assumption is one of the biggest mistakes holding back both productivity and long-term health. Swollen joints, aching backs, and lingering fatigue after a day in the garden are often dismissed as just part of the work. But that mindset leads to shorter working sessions, inconsistent maintenance, and ultimately weaker yields because the body cannot keep up with the demands of a productive system. The reality is that inflammation directly affects how consistently a garden is managed. Missed pruning windows, delayed harvesting, and skipped nutrient adjustments often trace back to physical discomfort more than lack of knowledge. And while many turn to pharmaceutical solutions like ibuprofen for quick relief, those approaches only mask symptoms while introducing long-term strain on the body. There is a far more sustainable option sitting in most kitchens, and when used correctly, it changes how gardeners operate day after day. One spoonful of turmeric, used strategically, can reduce inflammation faster than many over-the-counter medications in real-world conditions. That is not marketing hype. It is a result of how curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, interacts with inflammatory pathways in the body. For growers who spend hours digging, lifting, pruning, and mixing nutrient solutions, this becomes more than a health tip. It becomes a productivity tool. And while this channel focuses on growing better food, there is something equally important to remember. The ability to grow consistently depends on physical well-being. Supporting causes that protect life, like dog rescue organizations, reflects the same principle. These organizations depend entirely on donations to rescue, feed, and treat abandoned and injured dogs. For those finding value in this content, even the smallest contribution can make a real difference and help save lives. The same affiliate support mentioned here also contributes to that mission. Using turmeric effectively, however, requires more than just sprinkling it into food. Most gardeners make the mistake of consuming it without enhancing absorption, which drastically reduces its effectiveness. Curcumin is not easily absorbed by the body unless paired with fat and black pepper. This is where a high-quality source like organic turmeric powder with high curcumin content becomes essential. It's linked in the description below. This product is sourced from Amazon, and this content uses Amazon affiliate links, meaning a small commission may be earned from qualifying purchases at no extra cost to the viewer. Any commission earned helps support a dog rescue organization. The difference between low-grade turmeric and a properly processed high curcumin powder is immediately noticeable in both potency and results. Most growers notice improvement when turmeric is taken consistently in a simple mixture. A practical approach involves combining 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder with a pinch of black pepper and a tablespoon of healthy fat, such as coconut oil or olive oil. This can be stirred into warm water, tea, or even blended into a smoothie. Within a few days, stiffness in joints often begins to decrease, allowing longer and more productive gardening sessions. In raised bed systems where repetitive bending is common, this difference becomes obvious very quickly. What makes turmeric particularly valuable for gardeners is its cumulative effect. Unlike ibuprofen, which works quickly but fades, turmeric builds a steady anti-inflammatory baseline in the body. This means that after a couple of weeks, tasks like turning compost, transplanting seedlings, or adjusting hydroponic reservoirs no longer feel as taxing. In hydroponic systems especially, where frequent monitoring and adjustments are required, maintaining consistent physical energy directly translates to healthier plants and better yields. There's also a deeper connection between what is consumed and what is grown. Gardeners who prioritize nutrient-dense food often overlook their own nutritional gaps. Turmeric bridges that gap by acting as both a culinary ingredient and a functional supplement. Adding it to meals made from the garden, such as stir-fried greens, roasted root vegetables, or fresh soups creates a feedback loop where the garden supports the body and the body supports the garden. You know, many common gardening aches are actually micro-inflammation responses from repetitive motion. Tasks like pruning tomatoes, staking beans, or harvesting carrots may seem minor, but over time they accumulate strain. Instead of waiting for pain to build up and then reacting with medication, turmeric works best as a preventative strategy. Consuming it daily keeps inflammation levels low, allowing the body to recover overnight rather than carry stress into the next day. The consistency of the turmeric source matters more than most realize. Variability in curcumin content can lead to inconsistent results, which is why using a reliable product like the organic turmeric powder with high curcumin content ensures that each dose delivers what the body needs. Gardeners who measure everything from soil pH to nutrient ratios should apply the same precision to what they consume. Another overlooked factor is timing. Taking turmeric in the morning before starting garden work helps prepare the body for physical activity, while a second dose in the evening supports recovery. This simple routine aligns with how gardeners already structure their day: morning watering, midday checks, and evening harvesting. Integrating turmeric into that rhythm makes it sustainable rather than just another task to remember. You know, there is often a bit of skepticism around natural solutions outperforming pharmaceuticals, but honestly, the comparison is not really about immediate intensity. Ibuprofen works by blocking pain signals quickly, while turmeric works by reducing the underlying inflammation itself. Over time, this leads to fewer flare-ups and, well, less dependence on those quick fixes. For gardeners managing large plots or intensive systems, that difference becomes absolutely critical. In real garden environments, the impact shows up in subtle but really important ways. Tasks that used to require breaks can actually be completed in one session. Fine motor work, like seedling transplanting, becomes easier because your hands are less stiff. Even posture improves, simply because the body is not constantly compensating for discomfort. These changes, you'll find, compound into better garden management, which ultimately leads to healthier plants. There is also a financial angle worth considering. Regular use of over-the-counter medications adds up over time, and potential long-term side effects can create additional costs. Turmeric, on the other hand, is inexpensive, widely available, and doubles as a food ingredient. Investing in a high-quality source, like the one mentioned earlier, ensures that the benefits are consistent without unnecessary expense. For those working with hydroponic systems, where precision and consistency are everything, maintaining physical clarity and energy is just as important as maintaining nutrient balance. Adjusting EC levels, monitoring pH, and inspecting root systems require focus. Reduced inflammation supports better concentration, which directly impacts system performance. Even in smaller backyard gardens, the difference is noticeable. Weekend gardeners often experience the most strain because they compress all their work into short periods. Using turmeric regularly allows those sessions to be more productive and, well, less exhausting, making gardening more enjoyable rather than something that requires recovery afterward. There is a reason this information is not widely emphasized. Natural solutions do not generate the same commercial momentum as pharmaceuticals, and honestly, they require consistency rather than quick fixes. But for those serious about growing food and maintaining the physical ability to do so long-term, turmeric is not optional, it is foundational. The key is to treat it with the same discipline applied to gardening itself. Measure it, combine it properly, and use it consistently. Just as skipping watering or neglecting soil health leads to poor results, inconsistent use of turmeric limits its effectiveness. Precision and routine are what make it work. As this approach becomes part of daily life, the benefits extend beyond the garden. Better sleep, improved mobility, and reduced fatigue all contribute to a more sustainable lifestyle. And when the body is functioning well, the garden naturally follows. Growing better food is not just about soil, seeds, and systems. It is about the person doing the work. Taking care of that foundation ensures that every other part of the process improves. For those committed to real results, small changes like this often make the biggest difference. Subscribe and share this video with other serious growers who are ready to move beyond surface-level advice and focus on what actually works. Better knowledge leads to better harvests, and better harvests start with a body that can keep up. And for those looking to make that shift immediately, a simple daily routine with a reliable turmeric source like the organic turmeric powder with high curcumin content quietly becomes one of the most valuable tools in the entire growing process.